What's happening, people? Today we're going to be going through 5 tips on how to get better at UFC 4. This is mainly for beginners or mediocre players. If you're amazing at the game, then you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt. But these are 5 tips that I use the most, which people, I believe, understand what to do, but they just don't use it to the full ability, or could use it better in their gameplay. Or sometimes people even neglect the certain things. And they're very simple. There's nothing too advanced which is hard to understand, but let's get into it. Okay, now to start off, tip 1, body shots. Whether it's a kick to the body, a knee to the body, an uppercut to the body, anything, you need to incorporate them into your games. Body shots can win your games. Any match you can feel like you're losing, but body shots could really save you for many reasons. All the 3 matches that are included in this video, not counting the Chito Vera clip at the start, our win and body shots are heavily used, which you'll see throughout this part in the video. This is something that beginner players will never ever include in the game. They will just headhunt, and headhunting is not the way to go, especially if you're trying to move up in the divisions. Headhunting will not get you past maybe Div 7. Div 7 is if you're okay on the feet, then Div 7 players, maybe they won't incorporate shots to the body, but that's about as far as you're going to get. No further than that. In Div 7, not a very good place to be. It's okay. If you're there now, there's easy ways to improve, but if you want to progress from that, you need to incorporate body shots. Body shots drain the stamina of your opponent. If you're fighting a 5-round fight, then they are so imperative that you use them. A 3-round fight, still so useful. You can't forget about them. And also, body shots, they give a different attack that your opponent has to think about. If you're always going to the head, they're just going to block head. They're never going to think about anything else. Tip 2 is having a good ground game. You can see here, I was beating this Khabib fighter in a fight, and all he wanted to do when I was beating him on the feet was to take me down. All he wanted to do, but I managed to reverse, get the top position, but he just wanted to hold me down. And I believe this tip is the one you can get most exposed on if you don't master it, or have at least a bit of knowledge on it. There's here, Henry Cejudo. This guy took him down, and you could tell he had no idea what to do on the ground, and it lost him the fight. When grappling, you've got to know how to deny transitions, and if you don't know how to do this, mimic the person that you're grappling with moves. So if you're in half guard and they want to push you into full guard, and to do that they would hold the right stick left, you hold R2 and push the right stick left, and it will not allow them to go in that direction. So once you've learned what graphic shows when they're about to go a certain direction, you'll be able to counter it. And if you get really good on the ground, it is very hard to stop. Here I'm using Henry Cejudo, who's a very good grappler, one of the best grapplers ever in the UFC. And I've got this creative fighter in a crucifix, and it forces him to rage quit, as he's unable to do anything. Then once again, I fight an Islam Makhachev user. He tried to take me down early in the fight, but I didn't let him. He does secure the second one because I was piecing him up on the feet, and he took me down but had no idea what to do. And then we end up catching him in a Kimura, and since his stamina is so low, because I stopped his transitions, we're able to secure it over a much better grappler when I'm using Dustin Poirier, whose purpose to use was to box, stay on the feet, but we still manage to tap out the wrestler. And then another thing is being able to stop takedowns. If you are winning on the feet, and if you're a good fighter on the feet, you don't want to be taken down every second. So that'll be a good thing to learn if you don't have it. and you will come up against fighters that just force a takedown, keep trying. But as I've done against Khabib, sometimes it's more of a thing when they're going to try it. But now, the next tip is head movement and range. You need to know when you're in range and out of range. Like there, the elbows knocking out Khabib. I knew I was in close range. He was against the cage. I had nowhere to go. But like this, Demetrious Johnson missing with leg kicks. He drains your stamina. Head movement isn't the best for Demetrious Johnson. That's the thing about head movement. He can win you a fight. He can lose you a fight. If you move into a head kick, then it's a problem. But I'm using Brandon Royval here. Head movement, pretty decent. Not getting caught with anything. Stepping out the way of Dami. Not getting caught. Moving out the way of that uppercut. But the range from Demetrious Johnson is terrible. He's kicking at nothing. He knows that there's no chance that I get caught here. Then I move out the way of the kick and it knocks him down. There's a great example of head movement really being useful in the fight. Then we end up getting the knockout off of head movement in him using stamina on nothing. There again, look, the creative fighter is literally hitting nothing. Then here, Anderson Silva, I'm fighting the creative fighter. A little taunt. The kick was nowhere near me and it ends up in him getting knocked out. Now this Petr Yan fighter was very good at controlling distance. Going in when he needed to. Over here you can see a higher level opponent. Petr Yan, very good at managing the distance. He's hurt with one of the most powerful strikers in the division. I could get a finish here, but the head movement saves him. Since he's moving out the way of my shots, and I'm losing stamina now. Because sometimes you get caught in a wall, you want to fire back, and I did do the incorrect thing here. But then here, the range from Demetrious not good enough, and it hurts him. Tip 4, maybe the most important of them all. I meant to rhyme that. The stamina management. Here, when I fought Sean O'Malley in my Aljamain Sterling showcase, you can see that the stamina discrepancy is crazy. It looks like I'm fresh going into the second round. This guy looks like he's been in the 5th round of a title fight. And it helps me. I'm knocking him down. This guy can't throw a combination without getting completely gassed and nothing in the tank. And it allows me, I stay on the feet because I know I'm safe. And this is what you need to do. Because in the lower divisions, this is non-existent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. People are just throwing and you don't have anything. But there's a bad example for me here in my Cody Garbrandt fight. I got into a wall and I shouldn't have. And it really hurt me. I nearly lost this fight just because I was dragged into a wall when I shouldn't have. I land a head kick and this next tip saved me. Picking a fighter you like and enjoy using. And also you know what they do. Cody, 97 punch speed and 98 punch power. That's a deadly combination. One of the fastest punchers in the bantamweight division and also one of the heaviest hitters, which really helps. I love throwing elbows, but Cody can't do that. And I understand that and I need to know that when I'm choosing him. Because if I don't, I could get caught not knowing my character's ability. I feel like they can be deadly when they're not being expected. And Cody can't throw them. But I deal with that because I know the fighter I'm using. I don't try and throw elbows because I know. People pick fighters randomly. They don't have a selected fighter. But I would think you've got at least 1, 2 or 3 maybe. Probably not. But at least 2 fighters you enjoy using and know what they do on everything. On the ground, on the feet. Because this can really save you in a fight. Like here, I'm losing the fight on the stamina battle. But understanding the power from Cody, from his kicks, from his punches, allows me to put this guy out with an uppercut. And he rage quits because it was a fight he could have won, but he didn't. And that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button, comment. If you comment, top comment I'll put in the next video. And as the GOAT said, see y'all later, man.